Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And it's your boy Taco Bell Wani coming at you with some breaking news. But first I gotta ask this question: where's my boy MMA from the Heartland at? Because Jeremy Stephens versus Jose Aldo is set for the co-main event of UFC on Fox 30 in Calgary, Canada. This is gonna be a great card because we've also got inklings from the boy Ariel Helwani about who the main event's gonna possibly be, but we'll get into that at the end of the video. First, let's just briefly touch on Jose Aldo versus Jeremy Stephens, set for the co-main event of UFC on Fox 30. This is a fight, of course, a fight that could have happened a long time ago, as both of these guys are veterans of the featherweight division, two of the best guys of the featherweight division to ever do it. Jose Aldo, of course, former UFC featherweight champion, so he was on the top of the throne as Jeremy Stephens was on his way up, and Jeremy Stephens would always get set back right before he got his title shot. But now Jose Aldo's not the champion anymore. Of course, he lost to Conor McGregor, then Max Holloway. He's more on the way down, but meanwhile, Jeremy Stephens is having more of a late career title shot resurgence, as a lot of, Jeremy Stephens is a guy who's never got the title shot, but he's got so close, and he's one of the best fighters in the world. So now he's actually on his way up, but he's gonna meet the former UFC featherweight king on the way up, Jose Aldo. And if Jeremy Stephens is able to get a win over Jose Aldo, he might be one fight away from a UFC featherweight title shot, which would be absolutely insane. And of course, Jose Aldo's looking back to get on the winning track after losing 2 fights in a row to Max Holloway for both, of course, UFC featherweight title fights. This is going to be the co-main event, as I said. You can see the rest of the card over here, aside from the hinted main event, which we're about to touch on. But this is the rest of the card. It's not the most stacked card all the way up. I do like this Cajun Johnson versus Islam Makhachev fight, John McDessie versus Ross Pearson, Jordan Main versus Alex Morono, Hakeem Dawodu versus Austin Arnett. I like all of these fights, actually. The Hulk Ian Kutalaba's coming back versus Antigulov. I'm going to be watching this card, but as far as name value, there's a lot of people probably don't know these names, but it's actually a decent card all the way up, just not the biggest names. Either way, there's going to be a main event on this card that some people have been looking forward to as well. Actually going to be a title fight, it looks like, according to Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani has reported that Valentina Shevchenko versus Nicco Montano is also targeted for this event to main event UFC Calgary in Canada. Valentina Shevchenko, the Bullet, of course, coming down from 135 pounds where she was fighting Amanda Nunes for the title, coming down to her rightful weight class, 125 pounds, where she used to fight before actually fighting in the UFC, because the UFC didn't have that division. So now that the UFC's opened up the 125-pound division, Valentina Shevchenko is on the way down there to the gold. She's going for the title. The current UFC women's strawweight champion, or the women's flyweight champion, I should say, 125 pounds, is Nicco Montano. Now, Nicco Montano is a woman who won her belt from the Ultimate Fighter show. There was a whole season where they introduced the 125-pound division, and the winner of the show got the belt. Well, the winner of the show did get the belt. Nicco Montano won the show. She ended up beating Roxanne Modafferi. She was supposed to fight someone else, but they had to pull out, couldn't make the weight, I believe. Sarge Eubanks, if I'm not mistaken. Roxanne Modafferi stepped in for the fight, took the fight, lost to Nicco Montano. Now, Nicco Montano is the women's 125-pound champion, but a lot of people are just looking at her as like a paper champ at this point, because she came off the Ultimate Fighter. I don't even think she's got 8 professional fights yet. And Valentina Shevchenko is a chick that's been kicking ass for like the last 10 years around the world, whether it's in fucking Muay Thai or MMA or whatever dancing, whatever Valentina Shevchenko's doing, she's killing shit, shooting shit at the range. Valentina Shevchenko is an absolute monster and one of the best fighters on the planet, and so she's going to be looking like getting her title shot versus the Ultimate Fighter winner champion Nicco Montano. So this fight is going to be a title fight, but it could very well be one-sided for the challenger, which is kind of unusual. But either way, it could also be a good fight. Nicco Montano's got some pretty good boxing. I believe her dad was a boxing like legend or something. I don't know his name off the top of my head because I wasn't a boxing guy definitely 20 years ago. So with that being said, man, Nicco Montano versus Valentina Shevchenko, as well as Jeremy Stevens versus Jose Aldo is targeted to headline UFC on Fox 30 in Calgary, Canada, which that's the co-main event and main event. I ain't mad, free TV, pretty solid card as far as I'm concerned. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.